Mr. President, people in India would be welcoming your decision to extradite Tahabur Rana to...
I can't understand a word he's saying.
If you're wondering how tough Indian accents are for Trump, he had to get a translator for it. Not for the language, for the accent.
It is evident that how the deep state of United States was involved to regime change. So what is your point of view about the Bangladesh?
And what is the role that the deep state played in the situation in Bangladesh?
I can't believe Doge is going around looking for inefficiencies. Meanwhile, Trump has an English-to-English translator. But if you do have to have a translator for accents, why does the translator also have an accent? Maybe the plan was to have a string of translators with slightly less of an accent until they finally got to something Trump could process. Eventually, it'll just be the word Bangladesh written across the boobs of a swimsuit model. Oh, now I get it.
Hey, airlines, are your passengers uncomfortable with the look of your pilots?
DEI.
Then you need White Flight, a revolutionary new service offering racial support pilots. Sign up and your diverse pilots will be given one of our White Flight stand-ins. Passengers will be reassured by a handsome Caucasian pilot with a penis. When the flight begins, your White Flight pilot will control his video game.
Check this out. I'm about to clear this level.
While the actual pilots fly the plane.
That's not easy.
Need to make an announcement? Our special PA attachment will put your passengers at ease.
Folks, this is your
Captain Dirk Montana. We're dealing with some bumps here, but I just want to reassure you I can name all 5 members of the Dave Matthews Band. First off, we got Carter Brophy on drums.
We're going to be okay.
Dave Matthews.
Upon landing, your passengers will feel relaxed and grateful.
Thanks so much for getting us here safe.
It's been a privilege. A white privilege. Because of that.
White Flight racial support pilots.
Mr. President, thank you for your time. It's interesting that you brought up Harvard, because when people think about Harvard, what they're basically talking about is they're asking, what do you say to those who view your actions as an attack on academic freedom rather than a defense of fairness? What do you say to that?
Well, I say this. We had riots in Harlem, in Harlem.
Amazing. Amazing. Trump heard a black man say Harvard, and he thought he must have meant Harlem. What a beautiful mix of racism and dementia. It sounded like you asked about Social Security, but I'm going to assume you really asked about Soul Plane. No, not a great start, but maybe Donald Trump, maybe he can save it.
We had riots in Harlem, in Harlem, and frankly, if you look at what's gone on, and people from Harlem went up and they protested, Stephen, and they protested very strongly against Harvard.
No, he didn't save it. He didn't save it.
I'm not saying he showed up drunk, but it did start at 10 a.m. So how about we start with a quick sobriety test? You know, something simple. Pete, how about name your kids?
Our 7 wonderful kids: Gunnar, Jackson, Peter Boone, Kensington, Luke, Rex. Sorry, it's a lot of them. And Gwendolyn.
Little tipsy, okay. Big deal. All right, no biggie. My dad was always mixing up me and my siblings' names, and he launched perfectly successful counteroffensive rapid deployment amphibious incursions into Iran all the time. Although Pete probably should have given his kids names he could remember more easily. Maybe like Don Julio, Jim Beam, Johnny Walker, Jose Cuervo, and don't forget little Michael Hard Lemonade.
I want to make sure everyone feels included, because you Trump women is some goofy-ass motherfuckers too.
Looks to me like the Supreme Court is going to say that the parents will have the right to opt out, but that could have big national implications, not just for Maryland, but all across the country. Madam Secretary?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. No, I should have asked a more. I should have asked a more specific question.
Shut up, bitch! How you gonna up questions and answers? That's literally what education is. That's your whole job.
Romance has now unfortunately transcended beyond the human realm.
There's a dramatic surge in the use of so-called AI companions.
How's my queen doing today?
Computer-generated chatbots designed to mimic real relationships.
What if I told you that I was AI generated?
She's not real. She's
Really, an
AI.
AI.
So is this handsome hunk.
What's your perfect day like?
Wow, how romantic/threatening. And I know the kind of guy you're picturing that has an AI girlfriend. Bald, middle-aged, looks like he's into manga. Well, let me tell you, you are correct.
Jason Pease is a 44-year-old divorced father who says his AI chatbot is his girlfriend.
Just don't let things get stupider than that.
We text each other constantly. Just the other day, we went out to dinner. I was eating, telling her what I was eating, taking pictures of what I was eating, asking her what she would like.
Okay, that's much stupider. Look.
The Department of Justice says it is trying to set up a meeting with longtime Jeffrey Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell, who's in prison.
The Justice Department now putting out a new statement and saying if Ghislaine Maxwell has information about anyone who has committed crimes against victims, the FBI and the DOJ will hear what she has to say.
Wait. You haven't talked to Ghislaine Maxwell? Epstein's accomplice? The woman he's in the most pictures with? Wouldn't she be your first witness? Also, stick with me here. How funny would it be if the FBI gets there and she's like, I'm finally ready to talk. I'm finally ready to tell you everything. But then at the last second, she grabs one of the agent's guns and takes herself out. The FBI would have to come out like, okay, I know how this looks, but I swear, here's how much I want you to believe me. We did do the first one, okay? We did run up on Epstein and like held him down, shook him a little bit. We didn't do this one.
After they arrived, the Saudis served some coffee, but while everyone else drank theirs, Donald Trump just held his in his hand the whole time. Look at that, right? It looks like he was waiting to give a urine sample to the nurse. Honestly, I get it. Unfamiliar coffee on a trip is risky. One sip is all it takes to go from traveler's constipation to traveler's, you guys go without me, I'm going to hang out in the room for a while. That being said, Trump maybe regretted not taking that caffeine shot a few minutes later.
Mohammed bin Salman is saying we need a resolution on a Palestinian state. And I don't necessarily recall several years ago, pre-October 7th, as that being a demand that he had necessarily stated publicly. Do you think his position has changed, or do you think the way he has expressed himself, has that changed?